Okay, so welcome to Chem 110, summer of 2020, the year of the attack of the Covidians. Uh, this is a class that um, we'd really like to have face to face, especially labs, but this year it's going to be, this semester it's going to be different, and so we'll make do. Uh, so this PowerPoint is going to give you an overview of the class, some things that I think you should know, just like your first day of class, just intro, etc. to the class, and things to keep an eye on, and how we can communicate and get through this next 8 or 9 weeks together, and and hopefully learn some chemistry. Okay, so you can get the syllabus in Blackboard. I know some people may have not done this before, but what you need to do is click on syllabus on the sidebar, and I'll be using the sidebar a lot. That's where I'll put assignments uh, and other things. And so on the sidebar, you'll notice it says syllabus. When you click on syllabus, it'll say part one, part two, and maybe part three. All you have to do is look at part two. Part one, that sort of gives you the overview of the standards of the class. But part two, it gives you the specifics for our semester. And that, I will go over that now. Okay, so this is intro to chemistry. This class is sort of like a high school chemistry class, and it's required for students who want to take Chem 111, which is nursing program and vet techs and med techs. Um, Also, for students that haven't had chemistry and want to take general chemistry 121 or 122, which is a transferable course to any four-year college in the country and maybe even the world. Okay, so and the people that would be taking general chem 1 and general chem 2 would be the student that's interested maybe going into like chemical engineering, maybe into medicine, biology, uh, and veterinarian. But I'm sure you would know that would be your path. You would know that you could take associated, um, what is it, uh, art, science degree from Edison and chemistry, uh, as well as in biology and physics. And then that technically what that does is like, if you take that the associated uh, degree, that you almost take care of your first 2 years of a four-year college, and then you'll be taking more specific classes with you towards your major and save a lot of money. Okay, so my name is Dr. Joshua Scully. I've been teaching Edison for 6.5 years now. Uh, I am, before that, I was in Michigan. Boo, I know people will say that, but go blue. I'm a Michigander at heart. I lived in Ann Arbor for 11 or 12 years, and it's a great place. And unfortunately, can't be going up there a whole lot this year because of this COVIDian. But that's all aside. I got my PhD in biochemistry, 1990. So wow, that's 30 years ago. In biochemistry at Wayne State University. That's in Detroit. I've had been teaching uh, college and high school chemistry for almost 25 years, and I did research on protein chemistry for 10 years as well. Okay, so I go simply by Scully. You can call me Professor Scully, Dr. Scully, but Scully is just fine. Scully's a good Irish name, and it means student. All right. So uh, I have two email addresses. I have my Edison email address, jscully@edisonohio.edu, and then I have another one, scullyedison@gmail.com. Now, why I'm having these two different um, emails is because my Edison account really can't handle all the emails and that I get from students that I'm teaching online. So I've decided to have students send their work, like homework and tests and other things that take up that I can grade and look over to scullyedison@gmail.com. If you have inquiries, if you have questions about things, etc., concerns, or just want to talk and let me know what's going on, uh, email me at that Edison account, jscully@edisonohio.edu. Okay, so the description of the class is the fundamental concept of chemistry. Is what we'll cover is atomic structure. We'll talk about chemical bonding, chemical formulas, equations, states of matter, acids and bases. And normally, this class would consist of 3 hours of lecture and 2 hours of lab per week. Okay, that's during a 15-week period. So there's, 45 hours of lecture and another 30 hours of lab. We're not going to do that. So because we're not meeting, and also it's a summer semester, which is almost just over a half of the semester, instead of 15 or 16 weeks, because it's 8 or 9. So, anyways, so it's there's a lot of material we'll be covering in this amount of time. All right. So prerequisites is to have the minimum math. We don't really, one of the things I learned a long time ago teaching is that students really get turned off of chemistry because of the math. Now, there will be some math, but I really don't want to focus on it, and hopefully the math that you do have to use, you'll be able to know how to use it from the instruction that you've had before. But really, it's going to be adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing. Now, there will be some algebra, okay, but I know that students really struggle with that, okay, a lot of students. So if you're interested with math, there's no reason why you can't do math and really explore it here as well. All right, so now what we're going to do is go over the course coverage. So on the next few slides after this will be the schedule of the class, and I'll talk about your assessments and what I expect from you. But okay, so number one, this course will primarily be a PowerPoint lecture, and I will post these on YouTube and give you the link in the announcements. I will also post the no voice version of it on Blackboard in the sidebar. Okay, so as soon as I'm done with this, I am going to load it up in YouTube, which actually takes quite a while, and then I'll put an announcement, and that announcement will go to your email. So make sure you check your email all semester, right? Because I'll be putting because it's online, I end up putting announcements several times a week. All right, so keep your eyes on the announcement. Okay, so tests will be given. They'll be online on Blackboard, and will be announced a week in advance. I will post them. I'll give you 1 day to get them done. Okay. Now, it's simply what I'll do is I'll post it. It'll be probably short answer questions, and I'll leave it to your discretion. Hopefully, you'll be honest, and we'll do the work without any notes. And if you do use notes or anything else, please tell me that you do it. Okay. That may sound weird, but you'll see in a second. All right. And after, when we get to the first test, you'll see more detail in how that works out. Okay. Number three, there will also be worksheets. So typically, what I think I'm going to do, again, this is kind of new, but I hopefully uh, it'll just all work through. Is that I'll give a PowerPoint, and then after the PowerPoint, I will give you a worksheet to and I'll put it in the sidebar. Now it's up to you to do them or not do them. They are worth 15 points. Uh, there will be a definite deadline for them, so I might say the first one's due June 5th, okay, at 7 p.m. And if you haven't had it in by 7 p.m., you'll get 0 points, okay? If you just do it, you'll probably get 10 points, okay? I mean, I am not, it takes a lot of time to go through all the problems and answer each one, and especially to critique it online. So that hasn't been worked out that great yet. Uh, what what I'll do is I'll scan them to see how you're doing, and then again, if you just do them, show some good effort, you'll get at least 10 points, and from there, how good you do them, you'll get closer to 15 points. Okay. Um, all right. So I will send out the answers. Then what after the deadline? So if they're due June 5th, 7 p.m. that day, or that after 7 p.m., I will send out the answers to the worksheet. Okay, that way you can go over the answers and see how they compare to your answers. And then if you got any questions, you can get a hold of me at, right, you can get a hold of me. All right. For labs, what I'm going to do is I am going to be going to Edison over the next couple weeks, and I am going to be doing about 5 labs, and just as you would do the labs, and I'll be going over the nuances and how to record all the aspects of the lab, and I'll be recording those, and I'll be putting those on YouTube as well. I will send out questions and answer sheets for you to answer according to labs, and again, you'll have a deadline. Okay, and more specifics about the labs after I get sent out the first one. Okay, now interactions with you guys. At this point, I am not going to be doing Zoom class sessions. But however, what I would like to offer is that to give you a chance to meet with me at least once a week via Zoom for questions and concerns. And what I would do is set up maybe 2 or 3 dates, times during the week where you could get a hold of me, and maybe, depending on how many people show up and how many questions, the sessions could go up to an hour, I imagine, or less, or more, depending on how many questions you have. But, and so we'll work about the specifics about that over the next couple weeks as well. All right, Blackboard, number 6. Pay attention to Blackboard announcements, just like I said. I find that things often change as the semester goes on, and I have to adjust the plan as we go. Okay, sometimes things start piling up on you, or things slow down or go too fast, and I have to change things up so that it'll all work out. Okay. All right, here's a big one: cheating. Okay, do not cheat. I can tell if you have lifted anything from the internet or copied things. I just can. I know. If there's words I never use in the class, that I don't use, but Wikipedia or wherever, or I forget where's the other good one that people go to cheap from, but there's it's really easy to find. So you get a 0 if you cheat. I mean, and so a couple things. If you do copy, so here's one thing: is if you don't copy and fail, let's say you get a 59, okay, which is a failing grade on a test out of 100. Well, 0 is failing as well. Well, 59 is a better failing than 0, okay? So it's better to fail with a 59 than a 0. So if you're caught lifting things from the internet, copying, taking other people's notes and things like that, and people will often will tell me that people are cheating as well. You get a 0. But here, I'll give you a little thing that you can do. So if you do take something from the internet, tell me, all right? Tell me where you got it and explain to me why you're using this answer instead of the one that you could have got from my notes, okay? All right, and then, however, not to get you too freaked out all about that, there'll be bonus points. As already, there's been bonus points, and the bonus points is to get the little assignment I ask you to do about who you are, okay? Those are bonus points. They're free points. And you get them in, you get those points, and they're free, okay? So be looking for things like that through the semester. All right, so here's sort of the general plan. If it's already changed. This first week, I decided I'm not going to cover moles. And next week, not going to cover gases. But it doesn't matter. I'll redo this a little bit. But it's just know that every week there will be at least one PowerPoint, one worksheet to go along with that PowerPoint, and one lab. Okay, so if you go through these weeks, you'll notice is that there's PowerPoints, and there's a worksheet, and then there's a lab. And then what's going to turn out, there's going to be close to almost a test every week once we get going, okay? So so you got to be on the ball with this, you get this is as soon as I get done with one set of material, I'm going to jump in new set of material, but you're going to take the test from the previous material while I started a new material, okay? So it's going to kind of be a little bit of, management of managing your time and etc. Okay, so and I'll always try to keep you informed, okay, about what's going on. All right. Okay, so there's the syllabus, and then we end the week of July 20th. Okay, and then you notice since that there'll be 5 labs that I will be recording and putting those on YouTube as well as the lectures. Okay, so so from this point, what I'm going to do is so this is the introduction. If you have any questions about any of the syllabus, let me know. Again, if you have questions or concerns, go to my email me my Edison account. Work and things that are due, tests, etc., are go to Gmail. Okay, so I'll give you links also to YouTube, and I will be using Quizlet. So if it would be good if you get a student Quizlet account, and I may actually require you to do that. There's one of the very first assignments is that there's several definitions that you're going to have to know, and Quizlet is a good way of uh, practicing for those definitions. Okay, all right. So let's finish this up and let's go forward to uh, lecture number 1. Oh, before I do that, here's the grading. Okay. So right now, and this is all subject to change, just to let you know, you see that on the syllabus. So right now, I think there'll be 7 tests, and each one will be 100 points. Now, I don't know, it might change, okay? It might change to have least points. It might be 7 tests where one is worth 50. The worksheets, like I said, they're worth 15. And the labs, there'll be 5 of them, so there's possible of 905 points. And the grading is simple. It's this percentage. So to get A, you need to get 90% or better of 905, which is 814. Okay. Now again, this is subject to change. The best way to figure out your grade is go to Blackboard and see what the grades are. Okay. See what your grades are. So and you can easily count it. You can easily come up with your grade. You just add up your points versus how many total points there are, and then figure out your percentage. Okay.